Hari Om. We'll start the class. We'll chant Omkar 3 times and do a small prayer before you start go to the class. Om Sanavatu Sano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvisavahe Om Santi 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 Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprava Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Hari Om. We are fortunate to resume this class on self-unfoldment. My salutations to all of you for joining the class, for discovering the self within. We had a introductory class last Tuesday, so we now move over to the proper text, self-unfoldment, and USA edition book that will be referring to USA edition book. The first chapter we'll do today. Now let's start. This chapter, the first chapter itself, is named Freedom. Have you how many of you have this textbook of self-unfoldment US edition? You have. What about Dohit? You have?
No, I am not having.
So we have
I have the Hindi version of it. I'm buying US version.
No, we have put that in the English version also in the group, in the e-book. Dr. Adukia?
E-book is available in the group. I'm
e-book.
talking about a physical copy.
Okay. So we'll be studying the English edition and US edition. Okay. So you can refer to e-book, and if you don't have now, no problem. So this chapter, the first chapter itself, is freedom. There are some 20 chapters in this book. It's a tiny book, but it has 20 chapters. But that is actually giving us the entire texture of our own self. How physically and mentally and intellectually we are developed, and how we should relate to the world outside, and what is our connection with the Paramatma. That is Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. There are three entities. The interaction between them is the text here. We are human beings. Human beings, when you say, it is not just a matter involvement. It is not only the insentient body. It is the body, mind, intellect, plus the consciousness that is present. It makes the human body. Now, what is the consciousness? Consciousness is the Bhagavan. We give many names. Because Bhagavan, Ishvara, Brahman, Paramatma, all these names are attributed to that consciousness which enlivens our body, mind, intellect. Okay. So, as I told you, that consciousness gives us a life force to our body. So we are the body or jiva. That means the jivatma. We are. So jiva and jagat. Jagat is whatever you see outside. It is jagat. Other than me, everything else is jagat. And whatever is enlivening me, giving the consciousness, giving the life force in me, is the Ishvara. This is the three, the triad. Now, we go step by step into it. Presently, we'll see the world because we are so enamored with the world. Yes, it is. This is a glorious place to live in. And the nature that is outside us, it provides us with everything. As an individual, whatever you need, it's provided by the nature. The food is provided, the rain, the sunshine, plants, animals. So all these are provided, not only provided by the nature, in the natural state, it is also provided free. I say that most of the most precious things of the world that we utilize are free. They say, the air is free, the water is almost free, the food is also, the earth gives us a free, the vegetables, the trees, they give us free. They don't take anything from us. Only thing is we don't plant, we take something else. The tree doesn't take money from us to give the fruits. The rains don't take money from us. The air is not, we are getting free. Food, water, air, the earth itself is air. So all the precious things of the world are free. The minerals also is in the nature. But this nature by itself was rough and tough. So what the intelligent people did is that they utilized their intelligence to overcome the wrong side of the ferocity of the nature. Those phenomenal powers like storms, cyclones, earthquakes, or floods, all these were also disturbing us, disturbing the human life. So the people, the intelligent animal that is the human being, they developed science and technology to conquer this nature, to tame the nature, to harness the beauty of the nature, the power of the nature. What is the purpose? The purpose is to derive comfort, derive luxury for our living. For example, everything that we are utilizing as a technology, it is all coming from the nature only. You can fly, you can go to the moon, whatever you're doing. Or you can have pizza, or you can have McDonald's. All that is derived from nature only. Nothing is new. It is only different way of processing or some discoveries are made. So we have got used to this technological advances that has brought us comfort, and that comfort has changed to luxury also. Because if you live with the comfort for a longer period, we live in luxury. Now, what has happened? We have become so used to it that material abundance has made us indulge in things. Indulge means what? If you like something, you keep on doing more and more. If you like some proper from good food, you keep on eating that. Or you want a sensual pleasure, you indulge in more. So this indulgence without restraint is causing us problems. You utilize the nature, you utilize everything, but too much of everything is bad. Just like in the present, the computers and the internet and the systems are very good for us. They're connecting us fast and the pictures are flowing. But people are getting so involved in the WhatsApp and in the YouTubes and all the social media that it is causing difficulties. People getting addicted. In fact, nowadays, a contrarian thoughts are coming that indulgence must go away with the digital world. So if you have everything free, everything available, you should be all the time happy, isn't it? But normally, what you see, even a successful professional, you can say a CA or a coach, everybody is making money. Yes, they're successful in their own life is okay, but most of us are not happy. Not happy fully. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Most of us are not fully happy. Why is it so? Because something is lacking. Success. We always want more. A dil mange more. That advertisement was there. A dil mange more. So we always want more. If we get satisfied, we don't get satisfied with, say, if you are in a 1-bedroom house, then you say, I must have a 2-bedroom house, 2 bedroom to 3 bedroom to a bungalow. It goes on. If you have a cycle, you will go to a motorcycle. If you have a motorcycle, you go to a car. Then you will get a, what brand of car you have. So all that goes on. The desires never stop. So this compelling desires to have more and more puts us in a fix that always my mind is working towards it. So we have anxieties, we have worries, we have tension, we have dissatisfaction. So this is a paradox between problem of plenty and problem of not having. Why this is happening? Because of our endless desires. When our desires are not ending, can you stop it? Can you really be satisfied? If you get satisfied with one thing, you get enamored with another thing. So try to satisfy that, and it continues. So you can never satisfy all your desires. So that's why you are so unhappy. For example, and Gurudev gives a very good example. He says, after food, you think you will have some sweets. So you take one gulab jamun. One gulab jamun is very good. It is sweet and you love it. You can also take two. But if three is a little uncomfortable. But if you gulp down, say, 4 or 5 or 6, it will create disease. So like that, everything in the world. The more you aspire and take more and more, it creates problem in your system. You become engrossed in more of these anxieties and blood pressure and things like that. You can lose other wealth. While amassing financial wealth, you can lose health also. You can lose relations. All that problems come up, and maybe you can become sick. So all this has been, dealt with by our masters of the past. Who are the masters of the past? The rishis, the munis, the mahatmas, who have done research on this. They have found out the way how to deal with this. They have given us guidelines in the scriptures, how to live in this world, how to do, what not. Now, coming to our topic of freedom, that our essential nature is freedom. Nature of everybody is freedom. How is it? Because we are a free bird. You are not bound by the world. You are a free individual. You are a jivatma. You have come here, again you will go back, or you will get a moksha. As a moksha, you are a free, all the time free. Freedom is the essential nature. But we don't understand it. We don't accept it because it's difficult to comprehend. So what do? We put a resistance. What our seniors or the gurus or the shastras tell us to do, we have a resistance. Means if the guru or your parents tell that don't do this, don't go for late night parties, we say, oh, I am a young man, I will enjoy myself. Work hard, party hard, why should I not enjoy? So you think by enjoying a late night party, you are doing a great job. But your elders are telling you, don't indulge in late night parties. So you are resisting. When you resist, there is a tension, there is an anxiety in the mind. So that shastras, what they give, what to do, what not to do, what the elders and the gurus tell you, do this and don't do that, it is called a vidhi vidhan. That means do's and don'ts. Obviously, it's there, but then you must know how much to enjoy and when to put a full stop. The restraint has to be self-restraint. So true freedom is built on intelligent self-restraint. See, that self-restraint means you have to have the knowledge, you have to have the information from the right source to know what the restraint should be. In the morning, I don't feel like waking up. Right? Isn't it? Everybody wants to sleep a little more. But then when you are trying to wake up, a part of your mind is saying I'll sleep a little more. Part of your mind is saying, no, you must go to the workout, to the gym. So there's a conflict in your mind. But if you give in to that mind, which is telling you to sleep a little more, that is your indulgence. So how to utilize that viveka? Viveka means your power of discrimination. When to utilize, when not to utilize, how to utilize is up to you. So utilizing a viveka, you can know when to put a restraint, self-restraint to your that indulgence or your freedom you have to put. Because freedom is not absolute freedom anywhere in the world. It is not absolute freedom. Always freedom, there has to be restraint. That's why the laws of the land are made. For example, if you are driving a car on the road, the traffic rules are made. So you have to obey the traffic rules. If some people don't obey that will be chaos. So there will be traffic jam. Do you want that? No. But you always want to break the red light. Why should you do that? Because your mind is racing mind says that, no, I'll save some time. But then you are breaking a rule. That is what Vedi Vidhana is. As um, uh, in this mundane world, the rule of the land is there that you should do this much and no more. Freedom, any freedom of expression, freedom of speech, or freedom of living, freedom to what they call freedom, that has got a reasonable restraint. That restraint is you got to know when to stop it. And that when to stop it is already codified in the Shastras. So, next we see how to know that freedom. Just like the law of the country protects the freedom of the individual, but at the same time, the law also tells you where you'll, what is the boundary, what is the restraint, where, how much freedom you'll have, where you will stop. Like I saw one news item somewhere that Supreme Court has ruled that somebody is cartoonist, he had made some cartoons against the Prime Minister. He said that journalist or the cartoonist has overstepped his freedom. So he cannot be restrained from arrest. So that Lakshman Rekha you have to draw. How will you draw it? Unless you know it, you cannot draw it. So, but then you are in a dynamic life. So your freedom also changes accordingly. But you should know where to put a stop. The freedom has to be utilized with restraint or with knowledge. For example, the human being has tamed the nature to create electricity. Electricity now it is a part of our life. So it can give us comfort. We can utilize the same electricity for a fan, for a light, for a heater, for a cooker or a fridge, anything you like. That's the freedom you have. But you don't have, you also have to follow the safety features of electricity. You cannot put on a live wire, we cannot catch you cannot catch the live wire, or with a wet hand, you cannot catch, or you cannot put a finger inside the plug. Huh? There are so many rules regarding how to handle electricity. Vice is there, the electrical engineer. So he'll tell you. So electricity you have to handle with very caution, even though it is very beneficial and gives us comfortable life. So that freedom has to be with self-restraint. Let's pause here. Now this, how do I know that freedom? Where it comes from? The purpose or the goal of all our goals is happiness. Anybody is contradicting this statement? The goal of all our goals is happiness. Whatever you are doing in life, you are studying in the high school or a postgraduate, or you are seeking a job, or you are getting married, you are having children, you have got a good business, whatever you are doing, the ultimate purpose is to be happy. Happiness also concurs with peace, Santi. So, we think normally all individuals, they think that I'll be happy if I do something, if I acquire something, if I have a good relationship with something. That means the objects of the world, things of the world, or the people of the world can give me happiness. I will attain the happiness through the things of the world or objects of the world. This much is clear. We normally think that. if I buy a new Toyota, then I'll be happy. But somebody scratches that Toyota, in the park, then you will be so unhappy. You have to pay the installments also. All the will go. So that happiness, that temporary happiness, is always qualified with some amount of sorrow. But our masters, the rishis and munis in our scriptures, they have said that your happiness is not in the objects of the world. Don't look for the happiness, joy in the outside world. If you get something, yes, good enough. You accept it, you enjoy it, but that's temporary. Permanent happiness is not derived from the outside object. So you have to maintain a right contact with the world to have the happiness. There will be difficulties, there will be joys and sorrows, there will be problems, but how to utilize those difficulties, those problems to gain happiness, you must realize. The problems are a blessing in disguise. For example, they may be tough for us, but for example, there is a grinding stone which is rough surface. But that rough surface can be utilized to sharpen a knife. But you should know how to hold the knife to sharpen, in which angle you should rub it, with what speed or force you should rub that knife on the on the grinding stone. All that you should know for sharpening the knife with the help of a grinding stone. So in same way, you should know how to enjoy the life with the right contact with the world. So the scriptures provide us that guide. Now, the world is a mixture of good and bad. You can find all types of people. But thing is, it is how you are contacting the world is the right thing to do. World is not the cause of our unhappiness. Suppose there is a storm. You think, why so much of rain? Why some storm is coming? But that is not the cause of your unhappiness. If there is a sunshine, you say too hot. If there is no sunshine, you say too cold. So, our happiness or unhappiness, depending on how we view the world. Happiness is not depending on the objects of the world or people or beings. It is how you, what is the attitude towards it, how you view this world. That determines the state of your mind. Just like normal people say, no, the glass is there, they say water is there. Some people will see as half empty, some people will see it half full. That's a very standard example. So a person who is pessimistic will say half empty. A person who is optimistic will say half full. So it is the optimistic person. You must have an attitude of optimism to strive in the world. As I told you earlier, small topics I'm taking up from the text only. As I told you in the world, the most precious things we are getting free. Most precious objects, people of the world, we are getting free. But what we have, what we are getting, we should be thankful to the Lord for that free things. We should be thankful to the Lord that, oh Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I have another day to live in. We should be thankful. We should have the gratitude for what we have. And that attitude of gratitude brings us some mental tranquility. When you are grateful to the Lord, or grateful to the the nature, or grateful to the persons who have given some help to you, then your mind becomes calm and quiet. Your all the faculty becomes alert. Yeah, because you are thankful to somebody. Then your actions also becomes effective. Otherwise, you will always have many desires and many actions that you will take to fulfill those desires. There will be agitations in the mind. You lose your concentration. So your efficiency will go down. Because you always want, you are not satisfied with what you have. There's a nice example given in the text here. There was a person in a wheelchair. Because he had the legs broken, or he was a lame man, he could not walk. Then he was cursing himself. Oh, and when he looked outside, the people are walking past him. So he was cursing himself that God has not given me legs to walk, and I am lame. Then that person who is walking, he saw another man, going past him very fast. He said, "Oh, I am not able to walk fast. The other person is walking fast. Bhagwan ने उसको ज़्यादा दिया है." Then that person saw another man going on the bike. So I don't have a bike. I am walking on the barefoot. That bike person saw another car. That I am only going with the bike. I don't have a car. That car person saw another luxury car. Oh, I have only a Maruti. I don't have a Honda. And the Honda person, he is inside. He has the anxiety that I have not paid my taxes. The income tax people are after me. I have not paid my duties. I have not paid the salaries. The problems are plenty. So his attention, his anxiety, his tension are as a result of whatever objects of the world he has acquired. And that he is thankful to he may not be thankful to the Lord. I don't know what he did, because after that I don't know the story. But that he doesn't have the sense of gratitude. The moment you develop the sense of gratitude, then you are happy in the world. Sense of gratitude is very, very essential. There is a saying that I had no shoes to walk, but then I saw a person without legs. Then I became humble. Hey, Bhagavan, at least you have given me the legs to walk. Forget about the shoes. The other person doesn't have the legs also to walk. Okay. So this is the sense of gratitude one should create. Now, we are living in India. India is considered as a land of spirituality. We say that Dharma Guru. Why you say? Because there are so many religions have sprung from this country. You talk of Hinduism, you talk of Buddhism, you talk of Sikhism, we talk of Jainism. All of them have strived from this land only. And is not a religion as such. It's a way of life that we don't consider it a religion as such. But then this Hinduism is not driven by one person. It is not started by one person. It is not. Expression of one book like the other religions have. Like the Muslims have Quran and Christians have got the Bible. We have hundreds of books, hundreds of texts, and not only one Mahatma and one preceptor, but thousands of preceptors, Gurujis, Sabrishis. Each of them have contributed to the knowledge system of Hinduism. It's like a river flowing all the time. For thousands of years, the knowledge system has developed slowly. And each one has contributed without giving the names also. When the rishis have, you know, uh, done the research and compiled the knowledge, they are not attributing that I have written this, I have started this. No, it becomes a part of the total system. That's why you'll find our scriptures are evolving scriptures. The philosophies have evolved over thousands of years. And what we have today is the same six scriptures that has come from the time immemorial. Maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000 years. I cannot put the timeline. We are talking of freedom. So this knowledge system that has been developed, it has got the do's and don'ts. So we utilize those as our guideline to restrain ourselves and utilize the freedom of life. So a person must learn to be independent of the world. Otherwise, he'll be tossed around in the world itself. He'll be tossed around like a tiny boat in the sea with the rough seas. It will, without any power, it will be tossing in the sea. Now, what we are doing here is utilizing that collective knowledge of the nation, and we are utilizing it for the purpose of self-unfoldment. That is what our main subject is. So what is that collective knowledge? We accept that the source of all knowledge is the Vedas, right? How many Vedas are there? 4 Vedas. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. Okay. And there are 6 Vedangas. Means angas. They are the limbs of the Vedas. They are different. 6 Vedangas are there. Then we have the Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Puranas, and Bhagavats, and a plethora of texts, the scriptures. It all depending on your intellectual capability, what text you can grasp. They say a person, he takes at least 12 years to master the subjects that is there in the Vedas. Okay, 12 years it takes. And that's to a person who starts, a mature person, maybe at 7 or 8 years, he starts, and then he can learning. He stays in the Gurukul for studies, and depending on the person's capability, so it takes almost 12 years. So all the Vedas that we have got, as I told you, that's a source of all knowledge. But these Vedas are divided into 2 parts. One is Veda Purva Bhaga, the earlier portion. Another is Veda Uttar Bhaga, means the second portion. In the earlier portion, it is all the rituals are there, karma, upasana, what actions you should take, how to pray, how to meditate, all that is there in the first portion. And in that, karma is the most important part. Karma phala, upasana means prayers and meditation, dhanam, all that is there in the beginning portion. And that gives us the freedom to satisfy our desires. That gives us the ability to earn wealth, create wealth. This is what we are doing. I mean, everybody has the capability of doing something or the other. A karma. A karma you do to create wealth. Karma you do to satisfy your desires. Then that karma also can be executed for the purpose of a higher ascension, or you are getting higher movement, like going to Swargaloka, something like that, You can also move to the higher world. So this is the karma. Karma, upasana, all that is in the first portion. But in the second portion, what we call is the Vedanta. Veda plus Anta. That means Veda ka ending portion is called Vedanta. Vedanta is the science of self-unfoldment, self-knowledge. That teaches us how to regain our own self, how to know our own self, how to regain our divine heritage also. That Vedanta teaches us how to become free from the dependence of the world. In the beginning, I started, because the freedom is the topic here. We are depending on the world to be free, but Vedanta is teaching us how to become free from the dependence on the world. How to discover the unchanging, blissful nature of myself, the true self. So this science of life, developed by the rishis and munis over a period of thousands of years, this is a collective knowledge system that is developed in the Indian subcontinent, is called either Vedanta or Upanishads. So that essence of Upanishads are this Vedanta are found in the second part of all the Vedas. These 4 Vedas I told you. So each Veda has got a secondary part. Actually, these are the main knowledge. First, I told you, first part is the karma, action. Second part is the knowledge, jnana. So this jnana is contained in the Vedanta or the Upanishads. Okay? And this Vedanta is not, it's not only made for the Hinduism, something like that. Because Hinduism is not a religion, it's a way of life. The principles, what is enshrined in the Vedanta or Upanishads, it's made for the entire world. All the philosophic principles in all the religions of the world, that is there in the Vedanta. It is never saying that this is for my Hindus only or for this fellow. It is for the entire humanity. That's why we are talking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that the whole world is a family. How? Where it is coming from? From Vedanta. Okay. So this Upanishads, this Vedanta, what we are talking now, we'll discuss in detail in another chapter of this book. Okay. I'm just giving a glimpse to you. Now there is I think I should pause here to take question answers. Because I was thinking that I can complete the chapter, but it cannot be, because I must interact with you to have some more question answer, and then we can, otherwise it doesn't become full. Okay, so we are stopping by giving you telling you a glimpse of this knowledge called Vedanta, and that knowledge in the scriptures of the Upanishads, how to gain that, and how we can benefit from this knowledge, that we'll see later. Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll close the class now. Okay, Hari Om.
Hari Om.